Hey guys, and welcome back to the mat with me. Thank you for joining me. Today I have a really nice, refreshing session for us. I'm not too sure when you're watching this class, but it will be going live during that Christmas New Year's period where we're stepping into that space where there is a whole lot of noise around a new year means a new you. You have to set these really big, ginormous goals. You have to be overhauling your life with new routines. And whilst I do love setting goals, I have learnt over the years through my own fitness journey, which has taken me from the gym to competitions and back to the Pilates mat is where I found myself, that sometimes approaching it in a more gentle way is what's going to get you the more sustainable results. So instead of jerking your body into a new routine, forcing yourself to the gym X amount of times a week, you can actually incorporate movement that you enjoy in a way that feels good, where it slips into your routine a little bit easier and it feels like something you can continue coming back to and can continue doing over the course of the next 365 days of the year and hopefully beyond that. For me, movement is so integral to my life. It changes my mood because I am someone that loves to get movement in first thing in the morning. I notice the mornings when I haven't done any movement versus the mornings that I have, and my mood is drastically different. And because I found a movement that feels good for me, that still challenges me, still gets me really sweaty sometimes, but it really does leave me feeling better. And that's not to say there's days where I don't want to roll out the mat and get there. I am like everybody else. There's days where I just don't want to, but I push myself that extra step or I tweak the session to really fit me. And that's what I really want you guys to be able to gain from these classes that I've been putting out. I want you to have the flexibility to be at home and switch on a session that works for you, that nourishes your body, brings you energy, and leaves you feeling a little bit better than you did before you click the play button. I hope that when you step into this new year and you're setting your goals, you can do it from a place of moving with intention to create habits that work for you and finding movement that you enjoy. So let's get stuck into it. Bring your feet about hip distance apart. We're just going to warm the body up a little bit. We're going to send our hips back into a little bit of a squat as we windmill the arms into a circle. Coming down, exhaling as you come back up. Just warming up both the lower body and the upper body. Keeping our chest nice and proud as we come into this little squat. Not going too deep, just sending those hips back. And if that is too much, pull the two movements apart. We'll start with the arms or start with the squats, and then join them. For everybody else, keep going like this for me. Really just getting some heat, some movement, loosening up those joints. Two more. Last one. Nice. I'm going to come to stand at the back of my mat. From here, I want you to tuck your chin to your chest. I want you to roll down through the upper, middle, back, and bring your palms down to your shins or to the mat. I want you to just feel that stretch through the back of the hamstrings, the back of the calves. Keep that chin tucked to protect the spine. Give me 2 big deep breaths in here. And exhale. Really letting the upper body hang heavy. One more big deep breath in. And exhale. From here, keeping a slight bend in the knees, I want you to walk your palms out to come into a downward dog position. From here, I want you to start pedaling through the feet. So lowering one heel to the mat and then the other. Just really starting to get some movement through the back of the legs. You're pressing the floor away with your palms. Just starting to warm the body up. Big deep breath in for me. And out. Now, apologies if I sound a little bit nasally. I have got a cold, so I hope that it doesn't impact the session too much. But I thought I would call out the obvious because I'm struggling to breathe a little bit. Big deep breath in and exhale. 4 more pedals like that. 2. Last one. Beautiful. Now I want you to drop your knees to the mat, bringing your gaze between your palms and untucking those toes. From here, cross your ankles over, sit back onto your heels. And we're going to just come down into a laying position. So I'm going to shuffle into the middle of my mat. We're going to slowly roll ourselves down into the mat, putting onto the shins and then the thighs as you roll yourself down slowly to rest heavy into the mat. From here, I'm going to get you to bend those knees and bring them into the chest. We're just going to start to warm up the hip joints a little bit more. So I want you to just create some little circles outwards with your knees, warming up through the hip joints, letting the lower back hang heavy into the mat. Keep breathing through this for me. We're just warming up the lower extremities. Beautiful. And go back the other way for me. Just nice and slow and fluid. 2 more like that. And last one. From here, we're going to press our belly button to our spine to start protecting our lower back. We're going to press our knees out so that they are tracking over our hips into our tabletop position. Our shins are going to be parallel to the mat. From here, bringing your arms up, palms facing each other, we're going to come into our bird dog. So we're going to lower and extend out our opposite arm and our opposite leg. Exhaling as we extend, inhaling as we return. From here, we're just warming up our core, really creating some stability through that torso. Really thinking about keeping our hips nice and stable so we're not tipping on either side as we extend the leg, pressing our belly button into our spine, drawing our ribs down towards our hips. Keep going like this for me, extending nice and long through the fingertips and the toes. 4 more like this. 3. Last 2. Last 1. And coming back up. Beautiful, drop those knees down to the mat. From here, keeping those feet hip distance apart, pressing your palms into the mat. We're going to come into our first circuit. It's going to be a bit more of a glute focused lower body. So we're going to press our heels into the mat and we're going to squeeze our glutes as we come up into our bridge, peeling our back off the mat, lowering down and coming back up. So what we're focusing on here is really moving by squeezing those glutes towards the roof and lowering down, firing up those glute muscles. Through this movement, I want you to think of having a piece of string that's from your belly button, pulling you up towards the roof. And you're just following that line, really extending out through the hips, creating a beautiful, nice line. Keep drawing your ribs down towards your hips to protect that spine as you move. Making sure that your head, neck, and shoulders are really relaxed, heavy into the mat. We're just building some heat in those glutes and in the lower body. Pressing those heels into the mat. Making sure that your knees are being sent outwards. We're never caving in here. Keep going like this for me. Give me 4 more. Last 3. Last 2, exhaling at the top. And on the next one, I want you to hold it up for me, holding it in this position. So what I want you to do is really squeeze through those glutes. I want you to think of knitting those ribs down towards your hip bones. And I really want you to think about pressing through your heels. We're going to hold it here for 10, 9, 8. Breathe for me. 7, 6, 5. Keep going. Squeeze those glutes. 3, 2. Last one. Bring them down. We're going to come up into a second set in just a second. So really just thinking about our posture and alignment here. We're going to press our belly button to our spine. Maybe we're going to tuck our pelvis under ever so slightly. We're going to press our palms and our heels into the mat. We're going to squeeze our glutes as we come up into that bridge and lower down. We're going to add a little bit of tempo to this. So coming up and down. Really exhaling at the top to help engage those muscles. Now on the next one, we're going to come up. We're going to do a double pulse and down. Up, double pulse, down. Up, pulse, pulse, down. And so our pulse at the top here, we're not dropping it down towards the mat. We're coming about halfway up and then dropping all the way back down. So we're keeping our glutes working at the top. So coming up, 1, 2, down. 1, 2, down. Keep going like that for me. 4 more. Squeezing those glutes. 3, Last 2. And last 1. Squeeze, squeeze, and down. Great job, guys. We're definitely building up a little bit of heat in those glutes, so I hope you can start to feel them working. Next up, we're coming into a glute march. So we're gonna start out in our top position. So take a big deep breath in to prepare. Exhale as you come up into your glute march position. Step your heels in and then bring your toes in line just to come into a little bit of more of a narrow stance. This will help you have a stronger base as we march through each side. We're gonna lift up our right foot off the mat, bringing our leg into a 90-degree position and drop it back down. We're gonna exhale as we move to the left. We're gonna alternate through this, so staying up at the top and just marching here. So this requires a lot of stability. We wanna be keeping our hips up, keeping them level. So we're not caving into either side. We're pressing the floor away into the leg that is stabilizing us and really making sure we keep them level in that top position. Exhale as you lift. Inhale as you lower. Really pressing your palms into the mat to help stabilize you in this. Keep going like this for me. If this is too much for you, I want you to do 2 marches and then lower down into that starting position, so down at the bottom here, coming back up and doing it again. And then if you're really struggling with those marches, just come back into our original glute bridge. If you want a little bit of a challenge from here, what I want you to do is bring your palms up. This is going to challenge your stability just a little bit more. Since you're no longer pressing those palms into the mat, you really have to keep the rest of the body stable as you march it out. So give me 5 more like this. 4. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. And we're going to drop down into the mat. Beautiful. I want you to windshield wiper those knees from side to side, just getting a little bit of movement through those hips. Dropping them down into the mat. I've got a couch in the way. I hope you have a little bit more room here. Beautiful. Okay, coming back into our starting position. We're going to come into our third variation here. This is going to incorporate a little bit more core. So I'll talk you through it. Pressing your heels into the mat. We're inhaling, exhaling to come up into our glute bridge position. From here, I want you to bring your right knee up and I want you to bring your left palm. We're going to lower both and we're going to bring them back to the center. Exhaling as you bring them back. So inhale as you lower, exhale as you're bringing them in together. This is really working through those glutes. We're activating a little bit more through the core since we're bringing the arm into this. We're getting a really nice burn throughout this. So you're pressing the floor away with that left heel. You're keeping that right hip up as you extend out that right leg, extend out the left arm. Think about really lengthening through the leg and the working arm. Give me 3 more like this. Last 2. Last 1. Hold it here for me. Press that knee out ever so slightly so it's in line with the hip. Give me 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And dropping ourselves down to the mat, lowering that foot, lowering that arm. Take a big deep breath in. And exhale. We're going to repeat that on the left side. So we're going to press our heels into the mat. We're going to come up into our glute bridge, lifting up that left knee, lifting up that right palm, extending out nice and long. Exhaling as you bring them back together. Out nice and long and in. Pressing that right heel into the mat. Extending and lengthening through the toes and the fingers. If this is at all too much for you, drop down and come back up into those marches. Keeping the left hip up. Really lengthening through the body, knitting those ribs down to really activate through the core. 3 more like this. Last 2. Last one. Hold it for me. Press that knee back just a little bit. Holding it up nice and tall. Pressing through that right glute for 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Drop it down to the mat. Lower that toe, lower that palm. Very nice, guys. Take a big deep breath in. And exhale out. One more big deep breath in. Exhale out. Rolling onto your side, come over to that right side body. We're going to come into a side lying position. So I'm going to lay down nice and long, extending that right palm out beyond the mat, and I'm going to make a little bit of a pillow for my head. From here, I'm going to bring my knees up so that my knees are in line with my hips. We are going to activate through the core. So drawing our ribs down towards our hips, we're creating a little bit of a pocket between our side body and the mat. This is really just to activate the core and ensure that we're not just sinking down into the mat and that there's no stability through the core. So think of pressing those hips ever so slightly away so that they're nice and square. Activating through the core on the side body. Bring that palm down into the mat to stabilize you. You're going to lift your knee and you're going to lower. Up and down. Think of all this movement coming from that glute. So we're not lifting and dropping back. We're keeping our hips nice and trained forward on the mat, activating through the core to help stabilize us, and we're lifting and we're lowering. Now your glutes may fire up very fast in this one since we've obviously just done a glute series on the mat. That is absolutely fine here. You may even feel the bottom leg, your stabilizing leg in this movement. Exhale as you lift, inhale as you lower. Think of keeping your knee in line with your hip as you come to lower down. Exhale and down, up and down. Nice. Give me 3 more like this. Again, no tension in the head and the neck. They lean heavy into the mat. Last one. Hold it up for me. Hold it here. Now again, let's just check in with our alignment. Are our hips square? Are we activating through the core? From here, in this held position, we're going to pulse for 10, 9. Squeeze that glute. 8. The pulse comes from the glute. 6, 5. Breathe for me. 4, 3. Last 2. Last 1. Hold it up for me. Hold it here. You're possibly shaking a little bit. I can see that my foot is shaking just a tiny bit. From here, hold the position. We're going to draw some triangles with our knee. So you're going to draw the 3 points of a triangle with your knee. Breathing as you do this. Obviously, your knee is going to be moving a little bit in this to draw those triangles. You're going to feel those glutes start to scream a little bit. Making really small triangles here. Making sure you're stabilizing through the rest of the body as you do this. Give me 3 more. Last 2. Last 1. Pause here. Go back the other way. Triangle down towards the mat. Or in the opposite direction that you drew them the first way. Keep going. Just make them really small. I know it burns. Keep going. Keep breathing for me. Give me 3 more. Last 2. Last 1. And drop it down. Nice. Maybe tap out that glute a little bit. Release some of that tension. Really good job, guys. Okay. You can roll onto your other side. I am going to come over to the other side of the mat. So I'm still facing you. Okay. We're going to repeat that on the right-hand side now. So stretching that left arm out and long. Making a little bit of a pillow for the head and neck. Keeping our knees stacked. So our knees are in line with our hips. Our shins are parallel to the edge of the mat. Bringing our palm down, pressed into the mat to help stabilize us. We're drawing our ribs down towards our hips. We're engaging through that core as we lift and we lower. And lower, keeping our hips trained in front of us. All the movement is coming from the glute. This side feels harder than the other one. The shakes are real. Use your breath to help you here as you exhale. Allow that to help you get a little bit of extra range of motion. So lift that leg a little bit higher, squeezing that glute. No tension in the head, neck, and shoulders, letting them hang really heavy into the mat. 4 more like this. 3. Last 2. Last 1. We're going to hold it up. Hold it in this position. Again, we're going to check in with our alignment, drawing our ribs down to our hips, pressing the floor away through the side body. From here, we're going to pulse in that top position for 10, 9, 8, 7. Squeeze the glutes. 6, 5. Breathe for me. 4, 3. Last 2, 1. Hold it up for me. From here, we're going to draw some mini triangles. So draw some small ones for me, keeping everything else in the body as stable as possible. I know it burns, guys. It's good. Out, down. My triangles don't look very much like triangles right now, but I'm trying. Think of having a pencil or a pen on the end of your knee. 3 more like this. Last 2. Last 1. And reverse it for me. Other way around. So now I'm going in towards my left knee. Okay, these are horrible triangles, but we're working, guys. Keep going for me. Keep breathing. Keep pressing your belly button to your spine. Squeezing that glute for 3 more triangles. 2. Last 1. Beautiful. And lower down. Oof. Tapping out through that right glute. Oh my gosh, that was painful. Okay, we made it. No more of those. From here, pressing up into the side body, I want you to press the palms in as you come into that kneeling position. From here, I want you to tuck those toes, so pressing them into the mat. We're going to push ourselves up into a downward dog position. Just going to move into the middle of the mat for you. From here, just pedaling out through those heels. Take a couple of big deep breaths for me. Let's just lengthen through the back of the body. Stretching out a little bit through those hamstrings, maybe even feeling a little bit of tension release from the glutes. Big deep breath in and exhale. 1 more in like that. And exhale. Drop those heels down to the mat. If you need to bend your knees to do so, that's absolutely fine. And just slowly walk your palms back towards your feet. From here, tuck that chin to your chest. And I want you to slowly roll up to a standing position, 1 vertebra at a time, keeping that chin tucked until the very last moment. When you come up to the top, roll those shoulders once and roll them twice. Beautiful. We're going to come into a standing series. So I am going to stand facing you to show you the movements, and then I'll switch so that you have another view. Bringing our feet into a narrow stance. So just in a little bit closer than your hip distance. You can bring your palms out in front of you if that helps to stabilize you a little bit more. I want you to send your hips back and down as if you're sitting on a chair behind you. So sending them back and down, inhaling, exhaling to come back up. Keeping your chest up nice and proud. So we're not bringing our chest to the mat, we're keeping it up as we send our hips back and down. Inhale as you lower, exhale as you come back up. In this narrow stance, you're going to start to feel the glutes and even the hamstrings. Really pressing those feet into the floor, anchoring through the heels and even the toes. Down and up. Down and up. Now we're starting to warm up a little bit. Keep going for me. For 3 more. 2 more. Last 1. On the next one, we're going to hold it down. We're going to hold it here. From here, I want you to lift 1 heel and lower down. Lift the opposite and lower down. You can also pop your palms on your hips if that's a little bit more comfortable, or you can even pop them onto your lower back and just create a bit of a diamond behind you. Lifting through the heel and down. Down. Really think of drawing the ribs down towards your hips, so you're keeping your core nice and engaged in this position with your palms either in front of you, on your hips, or behind your back. Keep moving through this for me. Very nice. Keep going. It's just building a little bit of heat. From here, I want you to go both and down, up and down, and down. Exhaling as you bring them up. We're really focusing on our balance here in this position as well. So exhale to help you with that balance and with that breath, stabilizing through the core. 4 more like this. 3. Last 2. Last 1. Down. Come back up to standing. Take a big deep breath. We're going to come into a second set where we're going to incorporate some arms. So coming back down into our narrow squat. From here, we're going to bring our arms up into a bit of a Y in front of us. We're going to lift one heel and lower. And lower. One up and lower. And lower. Exhaling as you lift. You're relaxing your shoulders down and away from the ears. Really think about pressing those arms back into that Y to keep that upper body taut. Keep going for me. I'm going to come to the side so that you can see what this looks like. So we're sitting back down in our narrow stance. 1, down. Pressing out belly button to our spine throughout this. Give me 3 more like this. 2. Last 1. Then you know it. We're going to do both. Up and then down. Exhale and down. Really making sure our chest is nice and proud. Really starting to feel the burn in the quads in this. Give me 5 more like this. 5, 4, 3, shoulders away from your ears. 2, belly button press to the spine. 1, down and come back up to stand. Very nice, guys. Take a big deep breath in and exhale for me. From here, we're going to step our feet out ever so slightly so they're now hip distance apart. I want you to shuffle your weight ever so slightly into your left leg. We're going to bend through that left knee and we're going to stand on the tiptoe of our right foot. From here, you're going to step that right foot back and you're going to bring it in. We're going to bring our chest slightly forward so we're hinging through that hip and we're going to press that toe back and bring it back in line, pressing it back out. So we're going to step out that toe and bring it back in. Really making sure you're pressing through that left foot as you do this. I'm going to come to the side so you can see what this looks like. So my knee slightly bent and pressing out and tapping that toe back. Tapping that right toe back. The gaze is trained down just on the mat in front of you, so we're keeping our neck in nice alignment, keeping our shoulders away from our ears. Exhale as you step out. From here, you're going to start to feel that left glute really working. I want you to press the floor away with that left heel. We're going to add a layer to this. Bring those arms up and down. So extending them out when we extend the toe. Back in. Exhale. Back in. Keep going like this for me. Think about drawing those ribs down to your hips. Pressing your belly button to your spine. Extending long through the arms. Shoulders away from your ears. Give me 4 more like this. 4, 3, last 2, last 1. Hold it out for me. Hold it here for 5, 4. Crown of the head nice and long. 3, last 2, last 1. Bring it back down and stand up. Maybe shake out that left leg a little bit. Okay, beautiful. Feet about hip distance apart, pressing our weight slightly into the right side. Bending through that right knee, hinging a little bit through the hips, so we're sending the hips back. Our chest will naturally come at a bit of an angle. From here, stepping the left toe out and back in. Exhaling, pressing the floor away with that right heel to really feel that activation through the glute, even the hamstring. Gaze nice and long, train just above the mat in front of you. Drawing your ribs down towards your hips, so we're not flaring through the chest. Keep going like that for me, guys. Really pressing that heel into the mat to activate the glute. Now we're going to add some arms. Extending the arms out, Bring them back down. Exhale and down. Shoulders away from our ears. Pressing our arms out with that middle and upper back. Activating through the core as we extend our arms out. So again, no flaring of those ribs, pressing our belly button to our spine. Give me 4 more like this. Keep going for me. This one's obviously also working a bit of your balance. So it's taking a lot of concentration here. You've got this, guys. 3 more. Last 2. Last 1. Hold it out for me. Hold it for 5. Nice and long through the body. Extend it out to the arm and the toe. 3, 2, 1. Come back up to standing. Beautiful job, guys. Shake those legs out for me a little bit. Maybe tap those glutes. That was a fiery one. Okay. Coming to stand again at our hip distance apart. From here, we're coming into a standing march. So this is going to incorporate the core a little bit more for our last exercise. What I want you to think of is pressing your belly button to your spine, drawing your rib cage down towards your hips as you lift one knee into 90 degrees and lower, and the opposite. Now we are going to move through this march, and what I want you to do is really keep the rest of the body nice and stable. So we're not shifting as we march. We're keeping ourselves up nice and tall, lengthening through the body and the crown of the head, and pressing our knee up as if we're moving it through something difficult. You can even bring it up to touch your hand to make sure that you're hitting 1, the height of it being in line with your hip, and 2, giving you some resistance. Now, as we move through this, I want you to exhale as you lift to help activate through the core. With every exhale, you're bringing more stability to the body, really activating and engaging all those core muscles. Keep going like this for me. If this feels good for you, I want you to extend out the leg as you come up into that march, pointing along through the toe. Again, we're not shifting our whole weight and dropping into that as we lift. We want to keep the rest of the body up, nice and tall, long through the crown of the head. As we lift our toe up, this might feel a little bit more challenging to get that toe to come up closer to your hip bones. You might also find that one side is slightly more stronger than the other. Totally normal. But from here, this is where we're starting to really work into these muscles and even ourselves out. Give me 5 more like this. Strong exhale as you lift. 4, 3, last 2, nice and long through the body, last 1, and down. Beautiful, take a big deep breath for me, and exhale. We've finished the workout portion of this session. Let's do a little bit of a cool down. From here, we're going to kick our right heel up towards our glutes. Grab a chair. Balance is a little bit of a difficult one for you right now. We're just going to stretch out through the quad. Then we'll stretch out through the hamstring. So drawing that heel into the bum, pressing through the opposite hip to help bring your knees together. Inhale for me. Exhale. Think of standing up nice and tall in this as you stretch out through that quad. One more inhale for me. And exhale. Beautiful. From here, I'm going to switch around for you. I'm going to get you to bring that heel down to the mat in front of you. And I want you to bend through the left knee as you bring your palms down to stretch out through the back of that right leg. So keeping our head, neck, and shoulders nice and long. We're just stretching through the back of the body here. Give me a nice inhale and exhale. If you need to be bending that knee slightly because the stretch is a bit too fiery, that's absolutely fine. I want you to move to where you feel it the most without any pain. One more inhale for me and exhale. Beautiful. Step that foot back in, tuck that chin to your chest, slowly roll back up to standing. We're going to repeat that on the other side. So we're going to kick our left heel up towards our bum, extending nice and long. Even my balance is up. Extending nice and long through the body. And you're just going to be pressing that heel towards the bum, stretching out through that left quad, making sure you're stretching through the hip bones to get that stretch. Big deep breath in Exhale. One more big deep breath in. And exhale. Very nice. Bringing it out so that your heel is in front of your right foot. Bending through the right knee as you lower down to stretch through the back of that left leg. Stretching through the hamstring, maybe even stretching through the calf after those heel raises. Again, bending through that left knee if you need to. Finding the stretch that works for you. Letting the head, neck, and shoulders sink down. Big deep breath in. And exhale. Another big deep breath in. And exhale. Beautiful. Step that foot back. From here, I want you to walk your palms out, bring your knees down to the mat. Stepping your right foot out, I'm going to get you to bring your left shin parallel with the edge of the mat. Dropping that right knee down to the mat, extending through the leg. You're going to come into more of a pigeon pose here. If this is too deep of a stretch for you, bring that right heel down in towards that left thigh or closer towards the right hip. From here, I want you to just sink heavy into those hips as you stretch out through the left glute in your pigeon stretch. Take a big deep breath in for me and exhale out. One more big deep breath in and exhale out. Pressing the toes of the right foot into the mat. Step the left foot back, bring the right shin parallel to the edge of the mat. Again, adjust that to your comfort, bringing that heel in a little bit more if you need to. Palms out on the mat in front of you, sitting heavy into those hips. Inhale, exhale out for me. Sinking into that stretch, stretching out through the right glutes. One more big deep breath in. And exhale out. Nice. Now I'm going to get you to roll onto that right glute. Bring your feet around. I'm going to turn towards you. If you need to take any more stretches, please do. The aim of this session was to really prioritize a bit of circulation, mobility, and leave you feeling a little bit more energized. I hope you feel a little bit better than you did before you clicked on the video, and I hope you have a lovely day wherever you are in the world. Thanks so much for joining me. I'll see you next time. Bye.